Hello financial investors and welcome to the channel. My name is Brent and in today's video we are going to be doing our stock market weekly recap for the 5th through the 9th of October 2020. We're going to start off by taking a look at the prior week from the 28th of September going into October. It was pretty positive, which is up on the screen now. Then we're going to go ahead and cover the four main indexes, their changes for this past week. Also take a look at the entire S&P 500 performance, what stocks were up, what stocks were down, what sectors were strong, what sectors were weak. We had a very explosive week this past week with crazy amount of green out there, so that's going to be pretty interesting to share. Then we'll go ahead and take a look at oil, the dollar, silver, gold, bonds, and wrapping it up by taking a look at the 10-year mortgage rates and also taking a look at current mortgage rates. So with that said, if you are brand new to the channel, go down below, hit the subscribe button, make it gray, then hit the bell to be notified every time we release a brand new video. And of course, give this video a thumbs up, make it blue. Okay, and with that said, let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, by taking a look at last week's, the prior week to this past week, it's kind of confusing then, but I always like to take a look at where we came from and what we just had. So where we were coming from, we had a pretty positive week. We were beginning to show some signs of recovery. After we had numerous weeks in the red, we started to see a comeback here. Very nice here, between 1.48 to over 4% within the Russell 2000. Now, if we jump into this week, the S&P 500 put on nearly 4% in a single week. This is a massive jump. This is probably one of the biggest jumps that we've had, and I think since April, time frame. I believe that's when we had the last big jump. So this is up 3.84%, with Tuesday being down 1.4%. But that did not matter. That's still a pretty hard loss here. End of the day, dropping all those gains. There was some big gains that had been made up for that day, and then all of it lost within just the last hour of the trading day. But we see a double bottom here. There's a bottoming out, then it closed. And there must have been some earnings. I wasn't keeping track of what exactly took place here. If you guys know what took place in the after hours on Tuesday, go ahead down in the comment section below, drop it, and let me know, because I wasn't tracking anything. And then Wednesday, you can see a huge run up here. If you had sold because you got excited, you wanted to dive out of the market because you believed it was going to be falling, just look at that loss. You would have sold at the bottom after getting scared, and then quickly on market open on Wednesday, the market would have quickly recovered and then moved higher, closing high above the prior day high, and then continuing trended up, put it on nearly an additional 2% between Thursday and Friday, plus that 1.74% gain on Wednesday. So big rally out on the market this week, and that's a really nice change right there. Putting the year to date for the S&P 500 up 7.63%. The Dow Jones basically the same performance. Something happened here on Tuesday near the last hour that caused a double bottom in the market, and then a quick recovery on open the next day. This is up 3.27 year to date. Now putting it in the positive. The the Nasdaq actually had one of the biggest gains within quite a while. This is up 4.56%. Again, the double bottom there at the end of the day, and then quickly rise with a higher end on Wednesday versus its Tuesday high, and then continuing soaring into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So again, I really want to know what took place here. I couldn't find any news. I'm sure it was something big. I just don't know what to type and look for. I wasn't really tracking the market, and I really had no idea of the market gains just until I started doing, opening up these tabs to do my recap. I was looking at, wow, why is the market up so much here this week? President Trump, I know he came out 100%, he had oxygen given to him in the hospitals, but he came out of it, and now he has antibodies for the illness. So there's, that whole thing is all wrapped up. So I don't know if that has something to do with it, but overall, pretty positive, super positive week here. The Russell 2000 puts all the other indexes to shame. This is up 6.38%. It was already up 3.05%, 4.05% 6.37% the prior week. Now it puts on another 6.38%. This is almost coming out of negative. It's currently negative 1.85%. So right now the Russell 2000, if we were doing the four main indexes, this is number one, followed right behind by the Nasdaq, then the S&P 500, and the Dow Jones in fourth place. Now, taking a look at the heat map, this is the entire S&P 500 right there, the 1 week performance of the entire S&P 500. If you take a look at this heat map, there is not much red out there. Looking at it, there are very few names out there that are red. We have the drug manufacturer, Amgen, we have Merck, we also have SPGI, I'm not sure what company that is right there, S&P Global Inc., so that seems to be pretty negative. But as far as sectors, there's not one sector that really stood out as getting hit hard this week. There's a really bright red company right there, Fortive Corporation, ticker symbol FTV. I'm not sure what that company is, but it did go down 10% this week. But every other company out there, the FANG stocks included, are just blasting to some highs here. Amazon up 5.17%, Google 3.77%, Facebook 1.74%, Microsoft nearly 5% there, Apple another 3.5% there, and it just goes across the board. There wasn't any one sector that was weak. This is showing a lot of positivity going into the election. So I think this is a really good sign of what's to come here for the end of 2020, going into 2021. Let me know down in the comment section below, what are your thoughts on this at the moment? Do you think that 2020 is going to end pretty strong? Right now our year to date is, 7, about flat, 30% for the Nasdaq. Can we really push it high towards these last 2 months here, the remaining 2.5 months in 2020? I'd be interested in your thoughts. Let me know down below. Now, oil this week also bounced high, 8.92% there. We already saw the oil. Oil's down here. Exxon, 5.34%. Chevron, almost 4% right there. Those companies had been beat down into the ground, and now they seem to be rising quite a bit. The dollar this week did trend down lower. We saw the markets go higher. So in the opposite spectrum, we have the dollar getting weaker and also bonds getting weaker this past week. So the dollar index started at 93.86, fell down to 93.06, and then silver and gold. Kind of weird that we see the markets uptrend. All the indexes uptrending, all of the oil uptrending, but we see silver and gold also be uptrending as well with the market. Usually they kind of on opposite spectrums. So this is up 5.83%. Gold up 1.42. Bonds are negative by 0.19, essentially flat. I don't think bonds are going anywhere right now. I think it's, if you're looking for a high yield savings account, it might be a good idea just to invest in bonds, because these do have a pretty interesting rate of return. I'm not sure if it is down here, but they do have a pretty high expense ratio as well. Oh, maybe not, 0.04%. I still don't trust any bonds. Most of my cash right now, I have it sitting on the sidelines because I'm buying a home here in February, March, so I need to close and have cash available in order to close, put down towards the home, closing costs, and other fees associated with buying a home. So I have a lot of my cash sitting on the side. I don't want to have it invested just for whatever reason. I can't manage having like a big downturn and not having the capital available. And then bonds are actually up. So here, this past week, the 10-year bond rate was at 0.7. So 10-year bond right here is at 0.78. So that's actually interesting. That's showing some positive movements out in the market. And then we have the bond rate, or mortgage rate, actually rose by 3 basis points from 3.05 to 3.08. So I think there's a lot of positivity out of the market right now. I think this is showing a good sign. I don't really know what took place this week to have caused this much upside potential. I'm not sure if it's short-lived, if there's if there's going to be any sort of repercussions, like where we rose up too fast and now we're going to be falling back. So that's something I'll have to check out in the future here. But if you guys are letting me know, if you guys know yourself, let me know down in the comment section below. I did have a few messages. I haven't responded back to you guys. I know a few of you guys messaged me. I think there was like two or 3 of you guys that messaged me about Eaton Vance. There's like a merger or split. I haven't read into that, I'm sorry, but I will be doing that. I've been really behind these past few weeks as we're getting closer to the end of the year with just trying to do extra things around financially to boost everything up for what's taking place in 2021. So that is going to be finishing up and ending this video. That is it for this video. If you guys have enjoyed it, of course, go down below, subscribe. I release these videos every Saturday or Sunday, going over the past week. I also have my Monday's buys video going over what stocks I'm planning on buying. We're almost done for 2020 as far as maxing out our Roth IRA, so it's really exciting. That thing's producing nearly $1,000 in dividends, and it's going to be hitting its 3rd year. And it actually did hit a new all-time high here on Friday. With that big market rally that we took place, the portfolio overall was up over around 4 or 5%. So that definitely put it back into a new all-time high. So we'll go over that on Monday, so definitely look forward to that. Okay, that is it. Thank you all for tuning in. Go down below, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified every time we release a brand new video, and of course, give this video a thumbs up. See you guys later. Bye-bye.